Good morning. Well, today I'm on a different journey. Have you ever done your ancestry research? Well, I've done a little bit, and I have discovered that I have some key ancestors that are from Scotland, settled in New Zealand, and then came over to West Wallsend, New South Wales. So my journey is from Sydney Central Station today to Newcastle, because I'm going to go and find out more about this pioneering family. This bus journey takes me from Sydney Central Concourse to Broadmeadow, and the trip takes about 3 hours. I am around the back of Central Station Grand Concourse, the hub of Sydney's train network. This building was constructed in 1906, being the third station to be built in this vicinity. The first station opened around the mid-1850s. Walking around the corner, this takes us up the side of the building towards the front entrance. Light rail was introduced to the central station in 1997 and is a modern version of the traditional trams that was used. Here is the map of the area. Now walking around the front entrance, this is Sydney's Grand Concourse station. I'm looking for the platform where the buses leave from. I think it's platform 1. This information board explains the Regional Service Brisbane XPT is replaced by the road coach that I'm on. I am correct, I need to be on platform 1. What cool archways! I wonder if that's where I would have gone if the train service was running. One last look around. There are plenty of refreshments there. Why do they all have to be junk food though? Now, I booked a train ticket, and because they're upgrading the train service, I'm now on a bus. It's another half hour longer, but I will still get to see some good scenery along the way. So I'll be meeting on platform 1 about halfway down to book my luggage in and to jump on the coach. It's now time to board the bus. There was a bit of a wait. Hopefully soon we can get started. I found a seat just behind the front seat, which will give me a good spot to film the journey.
Good afternoon everybody and welcome aboard. After Broadmeadow we will be changing drivers and Nick Bullenburn will be your first stop.
Some colourful mural art in amongst the city scene of leaves and litter. This looks to be a tight turn. Haha, breathe easy, that sign says. Goulburn Street. This is the central business district. Looking down Quay Street. Now that's cool. Now you can see in the distance there we're coming up towards the Sydney Harbour Bridge. The Sydney Harbour Bridge, nicknamed the Coat Hanger due to its distinctive arch shape, is made up of tons of steel, about 52,800 tonnes. It's about 1,149 metres long, and it took about 8 years to build, from 1925 to 1932. The Ku-ring-gai Town Hall. It started as a Spanish mission-style Catholic church in 1934. It looks like we are in Hornsby now, which became a railway town and major centre in the late 1890s. This railway station opened in 1886. Do you see these rock barriers and retaining walls? This shows the area's natural rocky terrain. Australia does have some interesting place names. I think we are now crossing the Mooney Bridge. Even though this is called the Pacific Highway, this route travels across Australia's Great Dividing Range, a mountain range that runs parallel to the coastline. Looks like we're in Newcastle, nearly there.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are arriving at Broadmeadow Station.
Right, I'm off the bus and now I have about a 20-minute walk to the suburb of Hamilton where my accommodation is. I'm about halfway there now and walking through Gregson Park. There we go, Northern Star. That's Romsdale. I could do with one of those after that walk lugging a heavy case.
I'll let you go first.
The helpful younger lady helps me up the stairs with my bag. I'm in room 10. So I've arrived at the Northern Star Hotel in Newcastle. So here's a quick tour of my little room. I have booked what's called shared accommodation, which means I have my own room, but I share a bathroom and a toilet, which is fine because they do provide a basin. So there's a pretty clean and modern basin. The room, pretty much that's it, but it's got a couple of big cupboards, and I haven't unpacked my case set, and a double-sized bed. Ample for just one person. Quite handy to have a luggage rack, and yes, handy to have a desk with plenty of plugs and a bit of a view. You can see out there. Tomorrow I'm going to be heading out to West Wallsend, which is where my ancestors ended up, and we're very much pioneers with the other people there in setting up a small community. There is one reasonably urgent thing I need to do, is one of my wheels is a little bit worse for wear, which makes the bag quite difficult to cart around. So I'm going to go and see if I can find a new bag. A bit of a shame because I like that bag, it's good, but the wheels are stuffed. I did forget to show you the inside of this cupboard. They do provide you with a jug, tea, coffee, wine glasses, coffee cups, and a small fridge, keeping the water cold. So it's time for a quick refresh and out to find dinner. Good morning. I found a nice breakfast at the Snelly Deli, which had a good range of breakfast options. So now I'm off to Newcastle for a walk to have a look around there before I head out to West Wallsend. Here is some information about the local theatre that must have been here at some point. Hamilton was originally known as Pit Town or Borehole, which reflects its coal mining roots and early growth as a town. It does have the industrial town feel about it. What's this? Some information about Gregson Park that I walked through on my way here from the bus. Good morning, how are you? Heading off here for a bit of a walk, and then I'm heading out to West Wallsend of all places. I was limited with time this morning, so I took an Uber, which was only about $20. As always, I like to find the ocean and coastal walks. I noticed that TripAdvisor had good feedback about this walkway, and it is worth getting here. Look at that. This ANZAC walkway was built to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the ANZAC landing at Gallipoli and the commencement of steelmaking in Newcastle. This cliff-top bridge is adorned with striking steel silhouettes of soldiers. There are close to 4,000 family names of nearly 11,000 known Hunter Valley men and women who enlisted during World War I. It's a beautiful walk, peaceful with these stunning views. This is looking south along the coastline. I don't have time to go down those steps today. I'll head back now. The walkway is a great spot to go for a run. Those steel sculptures are really cool. One last look at the stunning view. What a gorgeous day. I'm walking back to the centre of Newcastle again now. This area here is the terrace, also referred to as the hill. It is known for its Victorian era houses and terraces. I always admire stunning architecture, old and new, especially when the owners take pride in their properties and look after them. This is King Edward Park. This is a nice shady spot to have a rest. What is this? It's a shame those bins are here. We need them, but they're kind of a blur on photos and film, aren't they? King Edward Park Fountain, first erected in 1879, built in the days before Newcastle had a permanent water supply. That house over there looks like it's worth a bit. It is. Number 2, the terrace. If you have a spare $4 to $4.5 million, this is a nice tidy street also, ANZAC Parade. Watch your feet, Cheryl. It's amusing to discover various forms of mural art. This is the corner of Bull Street. Hear those birds? They remind me of the tui back home. I quite like these Jeeps. It would be cool to own one. This house is worth between $1.3 to $2 million. The lattice work up on the deck there is common in older Australian homes. Now that brickwork reminds me of growing up. We had one just like it that I painted. A city or town always has construction going on somewhere, doesn't it? This is more graffiti than mural art, I guess. It does add colour though to an otherwise dingy corner. Now this shot was supposed to show you the contrast between older architecture and apartment buildings behind. I didn't notice the sign at the time. Bar Mallow. That's a distinctive building, and the doors look to be made out of decorative metal. This mural depicts a sunrise landscape of Newcastle harbour before white settlement. Now to find the bus station. Station closed? Oh, this is probably the same line that was closed when I came here yesterday. That looks like the bus terminal over there.